Hey guys, it's btaylortv and welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to be talking about this delusional, this content creator, TikToker by the name of Niani. And this video has been circulating around. I've heard the men's side, I've heard the women's side, but I'm gonna bring it back together because all I heard was a woman who is deeply, deeply delusional. And y'all, these receipts that I pulled on her of herself and her text messages to him exposes a lot. Now, if you haven't heard of this video, we are going to be breaking down her story time about how she ghosted her boyfriend, but I have some other thoughts. I'm going to interject in between this video just to give my commentary on things that need to be said. I am going to speed up this video because the video is like 8 minutes long and then the other one's like 7. So we're going to speed this up a little bit because I don't like my videos being too long. So here we go.
So I ghosted my boyfriend on New Year's Eve and I have not spoken to him since. Before I get into this, I just want to say that me and my boyfriend, we have been together for a year. Well, almost a year, 11 months. A year on February 2nd, we will have been together, okay? My boyfriend is also 34, grown man. He also is a homeowner, has a pretty good job, and also has a business that he's starting. So let's start there, right? So recently, obviously, like you all know, I've become unemployed. And I have not been able to find a job. I have put in like 30 applications a day. I've got nothing, like barely even an interview. I've gone on 2 interviews. So I've been literally struggling and I no longer have the funds to afford these bills. Okay. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna keep it together for this. I'm not gonna get stressed out. I no longer have the funds to afford these bills. It's something so crazy about having hundreds of thousands of dollars one day and then the next day having nothing. But that's what's going on right now. And so I am vulnerable with my man and I go, hey, I'm gonna need to like stay with you for a little while I get myself together. Like, I don't have anything on the rent. And so I'm gonna need to move with you while I get myself together. Mind you, I said he has his own house, his own 3-bedroom apartment in a nice neighborhood. He also has a best friend. His best friend lives with him, mind you, and has been living with him for however many years that he's like lived there, almost the whole time he's lived there. And so I'm like, if his best friend can live with him, why not? He's girlfriend, you know? So I'm like, hey, I need a place to stay. Which honestly, in hindsight, I shouldn't even have to ask for that. He knew I was struggling. He should have said, hey, let me take something off of your plate. Like, come stay with me so that you can breathe and get this. If he really cared about me, he would have said that, but he didn't. He sat there and he watched me struggle and then watched me get to the point where I was like, hey, I just need a break. Like, I'm literally so depressed. I'm losing my mind. I can't find anything. Can you please help me? And he said, no. He said, no. He said, no, you cannot live with me. Mind you, living with him is free. It doesn't cost him anything. He said, no. I can't live with him. At first, he goes, oh, I like that we have our own places to retreat to when we get into our arguments. And wrong answer.
And right answer, because it seemed like they were having relationship problems and she was overlooking those problems. And as a man, he's going to look at everything. He's going to be like, look, I want my peace of mind. They have been arguing, mind you, back and forth. And she's going to get into details of the argument. But mind you, they just argued a couple of days ago. Okay, so there's 2 things here. This man has watched you struggle to the point where you're about to get evicted and you're broke and you're about to be homeless. If that wasn't a red flag for you, girl, like, you know, that you were going to have to move on your own and this man watched you struggle all the way up into the end where you're about to get evicted and you thought he was going to step in, why did it not connect at that moment? It didn't connect for you then. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Now he's saying no. And he's basically telling you, you got to listen. You have to listen when people are talking. He is saying, we don't get along and you're not my peace. Bringing you into my home would not be a benefit for me. It would be a benefit for you. And knowing most men, they're not going to disrupt their peace because you've made bad decisions with your finances.
Number 1, when we get into arguments, we never leave. Like, we stay in the same room and we continue to talk it out until we work it through, which I think is a really good habit that we have and a really good green flag that we have in our relationship. Yes, we get into arguments. So does everyone. Yes, do I lose my cool? I'm a woman, but I rein it back in and we figure it out and nobody goes home. So that's a weird thing to say. We've never even done that. Second of all, that sounds like a problem to me, not a solution. When we get into arguments, we should not be leaving because what happens when we get married? There's no way to go. We both live in the same house. So maybe that's not a good habit to start. Being that we have not started yet, maybe let's not start that now. On our very first date, I told him that I wanted to be engaged within a year. I said, after a year, I want to be engaged. He said that's plenty of enough time for someone to know whether or not they want to get married or not. This is what he said. We have talked about it, I shit you not, probably 10 times throughout this year. And never once did he say, I don't think this is going well enough for that to be a realistic goal anymore. Never once did he say, hey, like, let's pump the brakes. I don't think that we're doing that well for it to get to that. So I'm thinking we're doing well. We're on schedule.
Ma'am, you did not think y'all were doing well because you just said that you lose your cool and that you use the excuse that I am a woman, which is a toxic trait to have because you're taking the accountability part away to manage your emotions. So clearly you are saying that when you guys get in an argument, y'all stick it out. Y'all are in the room together trying to figure it out until you figure it out. So clearly things are not going planned as you think they are. And he is clearly seeing the signs that you are not his wife. You are not his piece. You do not have good you don't have a good manage of your emotions. So while she's sitting up there putting it into his hand saying, well, if it's not working out for you, if it's not working out, then you should make that decision. No, ma'am, you are the only one that's responsible for your life. So if something is not working out, then it is up to you to make that decision. If you want to get married within a year, then it is up to you to make that decision and say, hey, you know what? We're 6 months in and we're already arguing and I'm starting to see a pattern here. I don't think this is going to work. And it's okay to do that. It is okay to separate from people because everybody is not meant for everybody. And if you want to get married in a year and you guys are already having the arguments that you guys are having, imagine how it's going to be once you get married. So you're the one that set the standard. You're the one that set the rule for yourself. It is not his responsibility to keep up with your boundaries. It is your boundary. It is something you set for yourself. And he's going to go along with the ride as long as you stick around for it.
After a year or a year and a half, we'll probably get engaged. Then he goes, I don't think I want to live with someone again until I'm married to them, which is some new boundary that he literally just made up because he's never said that the whole time we've been together. And I go, maybe it's not a good idea that you live with someone after you already got married to them, because what if you guys are not compatible to live together and you don't know that until after you're already married? Then what? That's really dumb, actually. And so I'm like, okay, that's a completely new thing. But granted, it's been a year. We set our goal for a year. Are we going to get married? And he goes, no, that was your goal. Since when was this my goal? It was my goal, but like, I thought we were in agreement because you never said that we weren't in agreement. Clearly, I made all this up in my head, and this was never a goal. I just thought it was a goal because I continuously talked about it, and he never said that it was unrealistic. As a matter of fact, he said the quite opposite, that it was a realistic goal to have, and never once as we neared to the end of that year did he ever say, hey, I don't think we're close to being married. So imagine my surprise when he says, I don't think we're close to being married. We still have things to figure out. Because a couple of nights ago, I got super irritated at him and yelled at him and told him to leave my house. And apparently that's enough of a reason for him to be like, whoa, I don't want to marry her. All right. So yeah. And so I said, hey, I'm actually scared that I'm going to be homeless because I said, I'm actually thinking I'm going to be homeless because I don't have a job and these bills keep coming and I can't do it no more. I'm tapped out of resources. And I think I'm going to end up, if you don't let me live with you, I'm going to end up in my car, living in my car, something like being actually homeless. And he goes, well, plenty of millionaires have lived in their car before. What the fuck? So basically he said, yeah, no, I'm not going to help you. I'm sorry that you're dealing with this. I know it's hard, but basically he told me that you never really do have anybody to depend on and you come alone in this world and you are your own person and you should be your number one priority because nobody else is going to be dependable, which I translated to he is not someone I can depend on. Why would I ever marry someone that I can't depend on? I'm a dependable person. I've had friends that I've let stay with me, that I've given a place to stay for free, that I've been able to like say, hey, you can lean on me. Like, don't worry about nothing. Take a break. I got you. So if I can be dependable to my friends, you can be dependable to your girlfriend. It's not a crazy concept. Yeah, we do come in this world alone, but relationships are the whole reason of everything. You should be able to depend on the people around you, on your community. They should be people that you can say, hey, you do owe a responsibility to the people you love and the people you care about. And apparently he doesn't think that way, and I don't think I can be in a relationship with someone who doesn't think that way. And so I decided that I kind of ghosted him. I just stopped talking to him, and I probably will never speak to him again. That really turned me off. And yeah, that's why I broke up with my boyfriend, because he said it was okay that I be homeless. I should be homeless while he goes home to his 3-bedroom house in a nice neighborhood and rubs his feet together under his nice comforter set, his nice sheet set, and watches his 70-inch TV on the wall and twiddles his thumbs together while I'm out in my car in the cold. Talking about he's gonna give me a blanket for Christmas so I don't be cold. You gonna get you a new bitch for Christmas. I ain't even.
So here's my quick commentary between videos is that she said that yelling and arguing is not a good reason to not get married. Yes, ma'am. It actually is a good reason why you guys should not get married, because you're not compatible, and he obviously doesn't like being around you. And quite frankly, he does not care about you. He does not like you. He does not care about you. He is clearly checked out of that relationship. And the only person that hasn't gotten the point and the hint is you. Let me tell you, one thing that I've learned about men is men will check out of a relationship because they want the woman to leave them first. They feel like that is the most peaceful part of how to separate from a woman, is to be checked out and force this woman to leave. But a lot of women end up holding on as much as possible and end up harming themselves by not setting boundaries and leaving sooner than they should have, because they are trying to force the relationship to work. And quite frankly, the way she is talking when she's saying that, well, I thought you were on board, we're going to get married within a year. And she's clearly living in fantasy land, because he's like, you don't even know me. We don't even know each other within a year. I think that's ridiculous, setting that type of standard. And so he's not going for it. He's like, hey, I'll let you know by the time the 12 months is up if I want to get married to you or not. You can either stay or you can either go. Clearly, he is showing that he is clearly checked out of this relationship. And I'm not going to lie, it seems like she is the type to force a relationship if he wanted to continue having sexual relationships with her. Now, there are women who do leverage sex to get a relationship. I know a lot of women who do this in the dating scene. Oh, I don't want to have sex with you until you commit to me. And them thinking that this is a way that is going to get a man to commit. But one thing about it, a man can easily make you his girlfriend, but a man will not easily make you his wife. And that is where most men will draw the line. They can wait around and make you their girlfriend, make you their baby mama. But the moment you talk about marriage, that's one thing they're not going to jump in and do. It doesn't matter if he's a raggedy, dusty male. Men will not give marriage to a woman that they do not see as a benefit for them or bring them any type of peace, regardless if you had a child by him, regardless how long you've been with him, regardless of how many times y'all have sex, how great the sex is. If he does not want to marry you, he is not going to do it, and you're not going to force his hand. And that's the mistake that a lot of women end up making, is they think that they set these boundaries that, oh, well, if you want to keep having sex with me, you're going to marry me. And he's like, no, not going to do it. I'm not going to risk myself. I'm not going to risk my freedom, and I'm not going to risk my finances and be tied down to a woman I don't see myself with in the future. And this, ladies, is how you become a placeholder in a relationship. She is clearly a placeholder. He is having fun. He is enjoying himself, and he is clearly still enjoying himself as she is suffering financially. And he does not want to jump in and take action and help her out. He's watching her, how she moves with her money, her finances, and her lifestyle. And he's clearly checked out of this relationship.
I think this whole situation, I've just finished crying. This whole year has just been horrible for me, but y'all don't care. Let's get straight to it. So the roommate situation, when he moved in that house, people were asking me, how do I know it's his house? I know it's his house because when I first even went to this house, he had like frames on the wall, like pictures of himself that he had blown up and put on the wall in the living room. Also, he has like pictures of when he bought the house, like holding a little, sold sign. When I asked him about why he had his best friend living with him, he told me that a little while after he had moved in, he had started to get, it was quiet. He didn't say he was lonely. He said that it was quiet. The house was too quiet. I don't know if he asked the best friend or the best friend asked him, but the best friend was there. Is he paying bills? People are asking me, is the best friend paying rent? I don't know, y'all. I know for sure that he's not paying utilities. I don't know if he's paying rent or not. He's also not the only person that lives in the house, okay? He has this Asian guy that is living with him in the third bedroom, because there's 3 bedrooms. When I first asked him, how does he know this Asian guy? He said that he was a friend of a friend. One of his friends, I think in DC or New York, something like that, had a friend who was moving to Charlotte for a job and needed a place to stay. That's what his original story was. When I asked him again, like when we were talking about the roommate situation and me feeling like, I don't think you should have roommates, you have a good job. He was saying like, oh, me and the Indian, we're good friends. We're really good friends. Him and the Asian guy, we're really good friends. I don't know when they became really good friends, because at first he said that it was a friend of a friend. I don't know if he's a liar, or, technically it's possible that he started off as a friend of a friend and became really good friends with him. But now he's telling me, oh, that's his really good friend. So here's when I realized that, is the Indian man paying rent? I don't know, y'all. And these are probably questions I should have asked, but I didn't want to get too deep into his business. He's also super mysterious. Like, he answers questions in a way that makes me think that he don't want to answer them. So here's when I realized that maybe it's not what I seen. I was on Facebook scrolling. I found this like roommate group on Facebook of people posting like, I'm renting this room, and people who are looking to move into people's houses. I find this group. I already think y'all already know what's about to happen. I find this group. I'm scrolling in the group, looking at all the possibilities of people renting their rooms in Charlotte, because maybe I might be homeless, maybe I might need to rent a room. So I come across a house, and I'm like, hold on. I know this house. I've seen this house before. This is his house. I click the profile. This is his name. So he's renting a room in his house for $1,000, utilities included. So I don't know if it's his best friend that's moving out or the Asian guy. I assume it's the Asian guy. His best friend is 40, mind you. And he's been living there for a while. I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. But I'm assuming that the Asian guy moved out. He never told me that the Asian guy was moving out. He never discussed this with me. I mean, it's not my house, but we had conversations about, like, if we're going to get married, we can't get married if there's people living here. And he decided to omit that information. Why he decided not to tell me that the Asian guy was moving, I'm sure he had his reasons, but he never told me that. It was a big shock and surprise. When I texted him about it, he said, I said, is this your house? He said, oh, LOL, yeah, that's my house. Whatever that means. Okay, so the other thing I want to speak on, because there's so much to say, and it's not even going to fit in this video either. So he's African, he's Ghanaian. A lot of people ask what ethnicity he was. He's African. He is currently in Africa. He left the day before Thanksgiving. He's been gone ever since. This is not the first time he's gone to Africa. When I said he has an okay job, I meant he has a good job. He makes 6 figures at his job. He's highly educated. He also has a business that he's starting on the side. He's doing, I don't want to tell you too much information because I don't want you to know who he is, because I don't know. And he's doing real estate. He's starting a real estate company in Ghana. He's there right now checking on the house that he's building to sell. He's building a house there to sell. He's gone to Ghana before. In like June to August, he went to Ghana. He said he's going to stay for a month. He stayed for 2.5 months. It created a significant strain in our relationship, but he came back, everything's fine. He decided to tell me that he was going to go to Ghana throughout the holiday season. I said, I don't think that's a good idea. This is our first holidays together. I think we should be together for our very first holidays. He tells me, no, I have to go. I need to oversee some things that are going on with the project. It's way past due. The house has been supposed to be built. I need to be there. I'm thinking, what kind of things are they going to be doing over the holiday season? Like, it's freaking Christmas. What are they going to be doing? Like, what tools are you going to get in? People are going to be on break. But he said that he needed to be there to oversee some things. He did not take no for an answer. And then when I pushed him about it, he said, well, you get to see your family all the time. I want to go see my family. Now it becomes less of, I'm going to check on the house, and more of, I want to see my family for Christmas. What he's really doing there, I don't know. Do I think that maybe he has a secret family there because people keep asking me that? I don't know, man. I don't know a damn thing. I'm focused on the bills, okay? I need somebody to pay these bills. I'm not concerned about if he has secret families in Ghana. He said he would be back before New Year's. Clearly he's a liar, so he's not here. He's still not here. And I think that space, though, is what I needed to give me distance to be able to look at the relationship from a different point of view. Also, for the people that are asking me, why can't I just go live with my parents? My father is dead. He died of cancer when I was 12, and my mom is not really doing well. Also, I live in a completely different state than all my family lives in, and I don't even know if I have the funds to, like, travel to a different state. When we had the conversation about me moving in, and I told him that I needed to move in with him, I asked him, y'all. I know I said in the video, but I asked him. I said if it was okay, and that's why he gave me the response that, no, it's not okay. He ended up saying, like, we're not moving into a married, so if you're ready to get married, I'm ready to get married. Really, that's not the proposal of my dreams. I don't know if it's anybody else's proposal. And I don't know if he was serious or not. Like, but to say like, oh, we got married because I was almost homeless is not the proposal of my dreams. It was very demeaning for him to just say that, like, oh, let's just get married then. Since you're ready to move in, let's just get married. That was very demeaning. I didn't appreciate that. I didn't like that. And I felt like that was the catalyst for me to say, even if you offered me a place to stay right now, I wouldn't even move in, because now I feel like I've begged you for it. I don't want anything that I had to fight for. I don't want a man to do something for me because I begged him to do it. I want him to do something for me because he wants to do something for me. So if you don't have it in you, you're not my man. Maybe you're somebody else's man, but this isn't going to be for me. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Like, this is the highlight of my year because it's been horrible.
Ooh, child. Okay, so she don't know if he has a roommate. He don't know if they're paying bills, but you were talking about marriage with this man. You are not moving like a woman who wants to be married. You're not asking the right questions as a woman who wants to be married. You don't even know if the roommates are paying money to stay there. And then you are listening to his stories about the roommate and his friend, and then the story is switching. So now he is a liar, and you're looking past that. But you are a woman who wants to get married within a year. And then you're saying that he lied and it's not too deep. Like, you are not his real girlfriend. We can put that out there. He probably has a wife and family in Ghana. Then she contradicts herself and says, I don't care if he has a wife and a family in Ghana. I'm trying to get these bills paid. So what is your intentions? Because now you're being delusional. 1 minute you're saying that, you don't care about this affair that he's possibly having, that he possibly has a family back in Ghana and all these other things. But then in the same breath, you're saying, I want to get married within a year. You guys have been together for 11 months. So therefore, you are looking to get married very, very soon, but you're not moving as a woman who wants to get married. And it seems like you want more of the marriage than the man, because the man that is presenting himself to you is showing all types of red flags, and you continue to look over them. He's one, a liar. He's two, living with other men. And you're coming in with all your delusions and all your assumptions and all your expectations, and you're putting them on somebody that is clearly not moving in the way you're moving. And on top of that, you guys are having relationship problems and you want to get married within 12 months. I don't know about y'all, but y'all go ahead and comment below and let me know how y'all feel about this, because I feel like she's moving out of delusion and she's setting all these standards on this man and forcing something. And honestly, I think she's not I don't think she's the real girlfriend. She is not the real girlfriend. The way that man is moving right now, that is not his woman. Okay. I think that honestly, I heard another content creator say this, and he was a man. She was a bust down. She was a bust down. I think that they kicked it. They hung out. He bust her down a few times. He called her his girl. He probably didn't even ask her out on a proper date to say, hey, you're my girlfriend. Like, I don't see him nowhere near on her social media or nothing. And I'm not saying that people can't keep their relationships private. I'm just saying that, I don't know. I'm just looking. This is just from my speculations. Okay. That she was not the real girlfriend, and that he possibly got his real woman back in Ghana, and he's working to save up for that house and pay off that house so he can bring his real family to that house. Because if he has a listing online to rent out a room for $1,000, okay, and you didn't question that, and you still was with him, and you drew the line at, he said, I'm going to buy you a blanket for Christmas? Ma'am, let's go on to the receipt video. Let's go on to these text messages.
And just because I feel like now I have to, because people keep asking me, like, is this a skit? Did you make this up? Now I feel like I have to show proof. The conversation that I posted in the original story time was mostly done over the phone, but let me show you the text message that he sent me the first message I sent him saying, can we move it together? So this is the original text message of me saying, I guess I cut off the part where I asked him, but me being like, hey, like, I need to move with you, unless you don't want me. I tried to be like, I tried to be respectful. I said, unless you don't want me there, like, I'll respect your boundaries. And he said, I doubt that's a good idea right now. We all have our personal space to go to when there are issues. Like I said in the original video, I prefer it that way. And then I was basically like, well, then maybe we should just start seeing other people. Because, like, at this point, I'm like, this is literally, y'all, I swear to God, I was blindsided. I literally did not think that he would say that. This is basically when he told me that the deadline that I set was self-appointed. And yeah, it was originally my idea. But like I said, I thought we had come to an agreement that we were both going to do that. This is where he admits that he agreed. He says my deadline was self-appointed. But then he says right here, I agreed that you would know my decision by then. So was it really so self-appointed if we both agreed on it? No, I don't think so. But, man math, apparently. So yeah, I just feel like I have to post that because people are asking me, am I making this up for clout? No.
Okay, guys, we're almost there. I just had to show y'all that video of those text messages because I took a pause. And if you haven't, I'm going to need you to rewind and actually read and pause and read those messages, not her explanation, because I'm done listening to her because clearly she is delusional. So in the text, she said that he was not taking life serious enough for her. She doesn't think that he is taking life serious. No, ma'am, he's not taking you serious, okay? You serious. You gotta actually talk to yourself and take your ego out of it. The man is not taking you serious, and you clearly are not taking yourself serious as well. Because she said, I think we should start seeing and dating other people. But then if you scroll down at the bottom of that message, she also said, we can still date. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? What do you mean we could still date? This man was buying you a blanket for Christmas because you're about to be homeless. Okay? Do I gotta put like a preacher voice on? Like, what are we reading here? I'm not listening to nothing she's saying. I'm looking at those text messages. Honey, boo-boo child, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. You are delusional. You are not moving like a woman who wants to be married within 12 freaking months. You got 360 days and you are not moving 365. Sorry. You got 365 days and you are not moving like a woman who wants to be married. Okay. Clearly he does not want you. Clearly You are not his wife. Clearly, that is not a man that you would want to marry, but you are forcing it and putting expectations on somebody and setting a standard and a boundary that you can't even follow yourself. If you really wanted to get married and you saw the relationship was going downhill, you would have gave it up in 6 months because you don't want to waste any more of your time. Honey boo boo, you cannot blame him for wasting your time. We cannot villainize someone who has clearly showed us who they are and then still try to make them the villain. At this point, no ma'am, this is a choice. This is a choice, and this is the consequences of your action. And I'm saying this from experience. I'm not saying this to beat down on her. I'm saying, girl, I was you. I was you. And it's so crazy to look at it from a more perspective of wisdom, okay? And that's why I create a channel like this, and this is why I talk about certain subjects, because I'm coming from a point of view of a woman who has made this mistake, who was being just as delusional as she is. So if you're thinking I'm being too hard on her, it's like I'm talking to my younger self. And any woman who is watching this video and saying, oh my God, no, listen to what I have to say about this, because I've been there. I've thought like her, and the results were not resulting. You'll end up being a single mother, waiting around. You'll end up wasting time. You'll waste your youth, and you'll be bitter about it. Rightfully so to be bitter, but at the same time, you got to also look at yourself. He also made it very clear, ma'am, that was your deadline, not mine. She said, I thought and assumed we were on the same page. That's why you never think and thought and assume, because you would end up in situations like this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play this last video clip that after all of this, girl, you would think she would be done. No, ma'am, she's not done. And she may even go back. And here's why she may go back to him.
All right, it's Monday. I just finished putting in another 5,000 applications. Come with me to go drop off my ex's Christmas present. I bought him a Christmas present a while back, and it's too late to return it, so I'm just gonna take it to his house. He did text me, let me know that people have been sending him the video, and so he's seen it. So people are asking, has he seen the video? Yes, he's seen it. He says that he's been back in America since New Year's. I think he should be at work right now. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything. I think he should be at work right now, so I'm gonna go drop off his Christmas present, and hopefully he's not there. I'm gonna try to do this real quick, because I don't know, it's kind of like personal to him, and like, I can't, like, I'm not gonna take it back because I can't, and I don't have nobody else to give it to. So I washed my hair. My hair has been in that like bun for, I don't know, like a week. So I washed my hair and I flat ironed my hair. I have this dress. I feel like I treat this dress like it's a casual dress, and I don't think it actually is meant to be a casual dress. It looks dressy. I thought in my mind it looked casual, but it looks dressy. So let's know. This is what I ended up wearing. I was gonna wear something cute because like I don't ever have a chance or opportunity to wear cute things anymore because I don't go anywhere. But this is how it ended up. My hair has already fallen. It's way too hot in this house. So this is just a Mars the Label sweatsuit. I don't know if I should zip this up. Should I zip it up? Okay, this is what I'm gonna wear. And then I have his Christmas gift that I'm going to just drop on his porch and run like hell. Because at this point, it's 3:59. He might be there when I get there. I am like super nervous. I don't know why. Like I'm literally just dropping something off. I'm not even gonna like speak to him. But I am so nervous that like I don't even like. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Okay, I'm literally here right now. I'm pulling in. Oh my God. My heart is beating. I'm so scared that I'm gonna get there at the same time that he's like getting home. He's gonna see me. I do not want him to see me. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna, oh fuck. Okay, wait. I'm gonna turn around so I can make a clean getaway. All right, I'm just gonna freaking park here and I'm just gonna run and do it. I'm gonna come back, okay? I'm just fucking so scared. Okay. Whoa. I don't try to see where I'm at. All right. All right. I did it.
Child, she playing in our face because she wants that man back. She wants his attention. You saw the look on her face when she said that he saw the video. He is well aware of the video. She wanted him to see the video because she titled it that she ghosted him, but she didn't ghost him. He just didn't call her back. Let's be honest. He did not care to call her back. He did not talk to her. He didn't try to fight for her. He didn't try to call her. He didn't try to text her. Not neither one did she say that. That's why she didn't show how the rest of that text message went, because he didn't care. He clearly does not care. He went out of town to go see possibly his real family, and you over here making TikTok videos about him. Girl, stand up. Like, why are you giving him his Christmas gift? I don't give a damn if it was custom made and had his name engraved in gold. Why would you give that to someone who was literally willing to see you suffer and sleep in the car? This man don't even like you. I think he despises you. Any person, I wouldn't even say that to my enemy. I would just sleep in the car. I wouldn't even say that to somebody that I don't even know. Okay, I wouldn't do that to a friend or a family member. So this man literally despises you and wants you to leave him alone. And I can now see why. Because you're literally making a series of TikTok videos, and then after you show up to his house with a gift after making all these videos, okay? Those text messages already told on you enough. And then the fact that she was going to put on that dress, and she knew that we was going to eat her ass up in them comments if she would have came in that dress with her nipples showing, tight, sexy dress, getting her hair done, making sure she look cute, making sure he see her on that Ring doorbell. Oh, she did that on purpose. She wanted him to see her. That's why she was so nervous. She was like, oh, no, you came around the time that he could possibly be there. You didn't come at the time where you knew he was going to be there. You came at a time where he was possibly going to be there. So it wouldn't make you look as crazy showing up at the time that he possibly could be at home, because you were hoping he was going to be there and you ran into him. You knew what time, you knew you was going to drop off that present. You knew what time his work schedule is and all of that. So you did that on purpose, and she wanted him to see her. So at this point, girl, like, I would have threw that. I would have just gave it to a homeless person. Somebody said that in the comments. I would have just gave that gift to a homeless person. I don't know. I want to hear y'all thoughts. What are y'all thoughts? Do you think he still got a chance with her? Do you think she still wants him? Do you think she's being delusional? I want to know, y'all, am I being too hard on her? Because I feel like I'm talking to my younger self. So maybe I'm just getting on to her because I see Lil B. I see Lil BTaylor all up in her. And I know where that road leads. And I'm trying to save you, girl. All right, guys. Until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.